there, we have fully rendered and conjugated our verb to be, sum esse, an intransitive verb, a linking verb that links one thing from another. Soate discipuli and soate omnes. We're going to be doing a Latin lesson here today. Sum esse, the verb to be, which is an intransitive verb. Intransitive, in making that negation, in, im, or ill. Im as in impossible, ill as in illogical, in as intransitive. What does trans mean? It means across, and then it is a variation of ao, which means to go. It's a very, very irregular verb, just like the verb sum. So if you're curious and you want to know why it goes across, not aka intransitive verb, then stick with me. And if you learn something new and have been learning stuff from me on my podcast, here, anywhere you find me, would really appreciate your love and support wherever you can, monetarily, non-monetarily. Listen, you guys, I've gotten a little bit of flack because I've been asking for Ko-Fi. I've been asking for a tip. Oh my goodness, gasp. Liam is asking for people to actually give him a little money. I'm not, you know what? You don't have to if you don't want to. It's you are the master of your own universe. I am just plugging that option because I haven't done that in the past. And now that I've made it apparent to people, they have wanted to support and help me out because they know that I have pretty a hectic schedule. And Asya, thank you so much for contributing recently and having that beautiful little message to say. I appreciate you, Asya, because you know what? Thank you for understanding that I do have a hectic schedule and that me still posting on here is, I'm still doing it. I am always doing it. But again, I'm not trying to burn myself out. And if I do, then I'm just going to stop because I need to protect my peace and I need to protect myself. And unfortunately, a lot of people on the ethers demand without really understanding that we're all human here. And are you doing the same thing? Or are you just kind of taking like a leech? Don't be a leech. Be giving. Be gracious. Gratias tibi. Thanks to you. Anyways, let's get on into it here because we have properties of a verb. We're just going to focus on 3 as opposed to 5 because we know that we're in the active voice and we are in the indicative mood. So, what do we have for 1? Well, we have, let's go ahead. I'm a big old charty chart person, but I'll do it in a not chart way. So we have persons, first, second, third person. So I'll put persons right here. That is one aspect of a verb. What other aspect of a verb? We have number. What does number pertain to? Well, whether that verb is singular or if it's plural. Now, finally, the last one here is person number tense. Tense equals time. Time equals happening in the present in this case. We're only going to be doing sum as I am. So I just gave actually the translation of sum here. Sum refers to I am. Am, and we'll actually get into this when I do a transitive lesson. I've done it before way in the past. You guys can go try and find that. But there are some cross connections, but sum is so irregular, and thinking about the verb to be, it can afford irregularities. Verbs that we use vernacularly more often can afford those irregularities because we've just kind of adopted them. Think about how has can be had, can be yeah, has, had, that might be do, did, done, does, am, are, is. Things like mitigate, will mitigate, having been mitigated, mitigated, mitigating. See, things like that can't afford irregularities like the verb to be and or other verbs that we use very often. So let's look at the other ones here. So it goes from sum, but oddly enough, after that it goes s, and then est, and then sumus, and then estis, and then finally sunt. Maybe I can defer some of my students to this if they miss class, even though I don't know if they're extra because not a lot of the people that do show up to class are extra, but that's okay. So if I'm doing it in the second person singular, who's doing the verb? The ending indicates who's doing it. We'll actually see how this, tis, mus are very similar to the actual transitive verb endings in the active, which are O, S, T, mus, tis, mm. See how we still have patterns. We as humans still rely on patterns, and language loves its patterns, it loves its organization, it loves its categories because language is OCD just like me. So, how am I going to do this in the second person singular? Maybe you've already said it, maybe you haven't already. Who's the second person singular? If you didn't know, I'm sorry, you should know, okay? It's a you, okay? If you didn't know, what's the plural of a you? Oh, look at that. A y'all. In fact, y'all is the correct way. It's just a contraction of you all. So if anybody's giving you flack for saying y'all, you can just say that it's actually grammatically correct and it's heteronormative, not heteronormative like saying you guys, for instance. So you do with that what you will. That being said, though, who's est? He, she, it, right? Because it can be a third person singular. How many third persons do we have? Well, we have a he as a masculine, we have a she as a feminine, and then we have a it as a neuter is. See how it can afford the irregularities. Am, are, is. What's a plural number for I? We. I guess I didn't stick with the red. I'm just holding this red. I'll switch to the red now. We is? Nah, we are. Y'all are. What's a plural amount of he, she, its? You are absolutely correct. It's a they. Other, I am a teacher. I am Liam. Liam is good. That is the predicate. Predicate pre meaning before, deco spoken for spoken before. In this case, a predicate is going to match the same case number gender as the nominative subject that is being represented in the sentence. If you didn't know, now you know. Tempus est. Discedere.